Hello and Happy New Year. Welcome to 2014 and welcome to the Classroom Connection, the show that takes you inside Marion County Public Schools. I'm Kevin Christian, and this month we are sharing some stories with you that never made it to air because of technical issues. We're also sharing some brand new stories, including this month's segment on television production in our district. In the final installment of this series, we take you behind the scenes of the department responsible for this show, Television Media Productions, and its hard-fought but losing battle with Mother Nature to broadcast the annual Ocala Marion County Christmas Parade.
'Twas the week of the parade, and all through TMP, the crew was as busy as it could possibly be. The jib had to be tested, the intercoms too, because this year we're going to try something new. New headsets had been purchased in hopes the camera boys would be able to hear the director over all the parade noise.
Check 1, 2, 3, 4.
Everything's tested and packed. We're as ready as we can get. Now we meet with tech services who help assemble the set. It's parade day now, time to put it all together. Every year we pray, please be good weather. This year the weather was less than fantastic. We'll have to keep all our gear covered up in plastic. We need a new plan, the original's down the drain. How can we broadcast in this constant rain?
No, he won't have to white balance, it's a Sony. Remember, we're down to 3 Sonys.
Oh yeah, that's right, you won't have to white balance at all.
Reposition a van, we'll set up a camera in the back, because the weather is going to cut us no slack. But then came the lightning and the chance of weather severe. Sadly, there will be no parade broadcast this year. Kevin made the call, he had to play the Grinch. Mother Nature had thrown us a killer monkey wrench. But the weather couldn't stop Ocala's Christmas fun. Things got started with a very wet 5K run. It's named after the sleigh pullers, Santa's magical reindeer, but I think we can spell that R-A-I-N this year. There were horses galore, followed by pooper scoopers, and plenty of junior ROTC troopers. There were cheerleaders and dancers, festive dogs too, and lots of squad cars with their lights red and blue. There were a few street bikes with holiday flair, but this little guy didn't seem to care. A few bands stuck around and put on a show. There was even a float with some fake Christmas snow. Hey look, here comes Santa. Oh wait, false alarmy. That's just some old guy in a Jeep from the Army. Vanguard Volleyball rode in the parade on a float. Vanguard FFA marched in the parade with a goat. There were football champions from all different levels, and along the parade route, these two cute little devils. When the parade finally ended, old Santa got a cheer. Maybe he'll bring us better weather next year.
I'll be watching you!
Our next major production is next month with the Golden Apple Gala. Fortunately, that production is indoors, so weather won't matter. Well, it may have rained on the parade, but that did not dampen the spirits of one local military family. Joel Hartley was at Legacy Elementary for the surprise homecoming.
Cooper Linder and his kindergarten classmates at Legacy Elementary had no idea why there were so many cameras around them last month. They were told it was because they had won a special prize. In reality, it was because Cooper's dad, Private First Class Joshua Linder, was on his way to surprise his son, who wasn't expecting him home until that evening.
I didn't even know you were coming here. Mama said you were coming here.
Tonight, huh?
Yeah, but it was a joke, but it was a trick.
Mama tricked you, didn't she?
She got me.
PFC Linder had been deployed to Korea for nearly 9 months, leaving his wife Samantha in charge of the family.
This is my first time being away from my family this long. You know, I always tried to take care of everything, you know, and when I left, my wife really took the reins and really, you know, became, you know, like a single mom in a way, a real independent woman. I mean, you know, to run the household, to take care of these, you know, these 2 kids, you know, while I'm gone really says a lot about the character and about the woman I married. So I picked the right one.
This whole surprise reunion was her idea.
My wife, you know, I also, you know, just coming in, just seeing the kids, she's like, no, we'll go ahead and surprise them, go ahead and tell them that you're coming in, which is tonight, and, you know, we'll go ahead and do it that way. I was like, yeah, that's fine.
I have tons of military friends, and everybody's posting videos, or I'm watching them online and just crying, and I'm like, I want to be able to do that for our kids.
We found out Dad was coming home. They actually got into Orlando last night, and they wanted to come and surprise him here at school, so we basically just arranged the media to be here because we thought it was a special event, especially at holiday time.
What was supposed to be a surprise for Cooper turned into one for his dad, as first one TV crew was coming, then another, then the newspaper, then another.
We pull up in the parking lot, and then I see all these other vehicles. I'm like, wow, all these other ones are here. You know, I'm here, you know, just to surprise my son, and I got a surprise because all these other people were here. So it was it's really been enjoyable. I'm really enjoying it.
He realizes being home for Christmas is special and not something a military man should get used to.
I'm gonna miss birthdays. I'm gonna miss them growing up. I'm gonna miss accolades they get at school. You know, I'm gonna miss my anniversary this year, the first anniversary I've ever missed. So it's gonna be difficult going, because I know eventually I'm gonna get deployed to where I'm gonna miss, you know, Christmas and everything else. So I'm just gonna enjoy the time that I have now.
Just like Private First Class Linder serves his country, countless volunteers serve our students every day, and it's the legacy they leave behind for which Legacy Elementary is named. The school opened in August and was officially dedicated last month, and Chadwick Pierce was there for both.
Legacy Elementary is a $20 million school that was built and paid for by local sales tax dollars. The construction was completed on time, and it opened on the first day of school this year. And the first day could not have gone any better.
Everything just fell into place. Our students were very excited about coming. Our parents were very excited about their students, their children coming. We didn't really have any glitches at all, except I think the car line was extremely long in the afternoon. That's pretty much worked out. They finished yesterday about 2:31, so they're on track. But everything went very smoothly, and we're loving Legacy.
What's not to love about a new school that features the latest in classroom technology with interactive smart boards and LED projectors, an outdoor play area, a full-service cafeteria, and a really nice two-story lobby that's circular in design, providing a complete line of sight from any vantage point? Not much, but those aren't the only reasons to love this school.
I like my classroom better because it's bigger than my other classroom, because I was just in a portable. So it was about half of this classroom. My teacher is nicer than my one teacher. I hope she doesn't see this channel though. But
Legacy Elementary is up and running, but it did not become official until just a few weeks ago when they had their dedication ceremony.
For the ramparts we watched were so gallantly sweet.
Administrators and board members were on hand to recognize Legacy volunteers, read the proclamation, and a replica of a plaque that will hang in the new school was revealed by the staff and a couple of students. And new principal Dawn Prestipino could not be happier with the collaboration from the community.
We started from day one doing what we needed to do to provide a great education for the students, so we will continue with that. But it is nice to know that we have the backing of the community and the people that created Legacy.
Since day one, this school has been on a mission to live up to its moniker.
We're starting here, this is kindergarten, but we're moving up, and to have a vision so that we are all doing what we need to do day by day to prepare the students of Marion County that they can leave their own legacy for good in this community.
The legacy is already secure for Judy Zanetti, the former Marion County School Board member who's now the executive director of the Public Education Foundation here in Marion County. Last month, she was honored by the Sunshine State Public Relations Association with its Leading Light Award for her efforts to start the Tools for Teaching store. In just a few short years, the store went from concept to welcoming its 10,000th shopper. And we tagged along as Catalina Freeman went on her milestone shopping spree. What kind of things are you looking for today?
Well, always the basics. Pencils, erasers, paper, glue, crayons.
Never have enough of this?
Never, ever, ever. Not even the one limit is enough, literally. And actually, I get to grab 2 today because I have a coupon to get a double visit. So I'm not being bad, I promise. Glue, I get to take 2. This is awesome. And crayons. Oh, that's 3.
What are you looking for? What are you able to check off the list?
Again, the basics, because they always need pencils and erasers. But sometimes prizes, because we do the positive behavior. So I like to get little prizes because we have chief change, folders, sometimes thank you cards. I mean, really anything, decorations, icing on the rare icing day, candy after Halloween is nice. I'll take anything I can get, to be quite honest. Expo markers are good too, but I don't think I see any today. Are these Expo? Oh yeah, these are dry erase markers. I like the pretty colors. Limit is 1, but I'm taking 2. Because I can double. Again, paper clips. This is like the housekeeping things I'm doing today a little bit. It is the end of the year and I'm starting to run out of everything. These are great. The kids always need pencils and I'm allowed to take 2, so I'm taking 2 packs. Anytime I see pencils, I grab them wherever section they're in because I swear I don't know what they do with them. And whiteout also is important with them. Middle schoolers like to write in pen when they shouldn't. Like again, I said with the positive behavior system, they they will buy anything with their Chiefs change, even gel icing. I mean, I don't know why they would, but I guess they eat it. I try not to think about that part, but they will do it. So I can take 10 of these. So I'm gonna take 10. I might return those for these. These are bigger. I can sell them for more Chiefs change. Yep, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna put, oh, I get to take double, remember? All right. Tissues, oh my gosh, you can never run out. Tissues and pencils, I swear, you can never run out. I mean, you can never do without, you're always out of them. And it's cold season, so they're always blowing their noses. I would say my favorite discovery was when they had candy. Candy is really expensive. And they had I think it was after Halloween, they had huge bags of candy that I know cost like, I don't know, they cost like $8 a piece. And you were allowed to take 2. It's awesome. Because I try to give candy for a computer program we use. If they get an 80% and above, it's their incentive. They get 1 little piece. So that was my by far favorite discovery. The icing is the weirdest that they love the most. What I like the most about Tools for Teaching is this stuff. It's the things that I have to buy no matter what that I don't have to buy. The other stuff, that's a bonus.
Zanetti is quick to share credit for the store with David Steffi, another teacher who brought the idea to her based on a similar program in Orange County. And with the store up and running, Steffi has now turned to beautifying the campus of Osceola Middle School with some help from a home improvement giant. Joel Hartley has that story.
Since Osceola Middle School is starting to show its age, it is almost 90 after all, David Steffi helped start a beautification project to spruce up the outside.
The goal is to 2 or 3 times a year have student, teacher, faculty work days on the weekend where we can get together and just spruce it up. Maybe some trimming of some hedges, weeding and planting some plants. We quickly found out it's expensive to do with very little or no equipment and no budget for plants and mulch, and so we've done fundraisers over the years. Our ag department's been very helpful. They've grown a lot of our plants for us that we have then replanted, but when it all comes down to it, unfortunately, like most everything else, it takes money, and that's where Lowe's has stepped in and been a huge help. I applied for several grants through the corporate and was denied, probably because I didn't write the grant well, I don't know, but what was nice was I had made connections through the local stores, so when they were given money, they quickly called me and said, listen, we remember you and we remember your project, we want to still help.
He told me that Osceola Middle School had a great need for some resources. Lowe's, nationwide, we have a program called Lowe's Heroes Project, and what that does is that allows our employees to volunteer their time and services and get out in our local communities so we can make an effort and a positive situation here for our community and for the school.
Being turned down for the grant actually worked to Steffi's benefit. Rather than a simple cash donation, he got help from not one, but 2 Lowe's stores, meaning more volunteers and more spending power.
Having the resources and having that funding, it allows us to stretch that money a little bit farther than we normally could, or somebody could, and it's fantastic. We've actually partnered as well. There's another Lowe's here in town. We've partnered with them as well, so we combined our resources, so that's why you're seeing a lot of volunteers out here today, and also partnered up with our financial money that we're able to give back to the school.
A $2,500 grant from both stores turns into, you know, at their cost, turns into more like $4,000 or $5,000. And so we're able to pick up shrubs and trees. We're able to pick up picnic tables, and it's going to look nice. We didn't expect to do it in the middle of the summer, but we wanted to have it done for our students when they come back, because we want to present to them a beautiful campus.
Not only a beautiful campus, but a more useful, comfortable campus as well.
David had a vision, so when we were out here and we started this, the walk around, notice behind me there's some picnic tables. This school alone, they have a free breakfast program that they allow students to come here and eat breakfast for free in the mornings. They had nowhere to sit, so a lot of the students were sitting here on the ground on the sidewalk.
We don't have enough room in our cafeteria, so our students have to basically sit on a block wall and eat. And so by installing these outdoor picnic tables, they'll have basically an outdoor cafeteria in the morning to eat. It's a little more dignified than sitting on a block wall.
We don't have to hold our trays in our laps anymore, and we won't have to get our pants and shirts dirty because of the dirt behind us, and we can sit on a table.
While they're trying to clean up the Osceola campus, the district is trying to clean up the world, or at least help out by cutting down on the amount of garbage we produce. All of our schools have recycling programs, but the one at Dr. N.H. Jones Elementary really has taken off. Tom Louder has more.
So many of our resources are becoming scarce these days. But an initiative by the Marion County Public Schools has one school in Marion County collecting and in the green spotlight.
These kids are naturally earth-friendly, and what I think happens when we institute a program like this is that they realize that what they see is very important already. It now gives them an action that they can put into play. And so I think what happens with a program like this in a school is that it allows the kids to take what they already know, which is that this earth is all we get, and to do something about it. And it's really a shame that adults can't seem to see it that way, but I think kids are just naturally willing to do what's right. And I think this just gives them a mechanism to get started. And I know a lot of my students are much better recyclers. The families are better at home now than they were before, because the kids have, they're like, look, this is single stream recycling. This is all we have to do is separate our recyclables from our trash. Let's do that. It's so simple.
Well, we haven't done it the past years. This is the first year. And it's necessary because you get to help the earth instead of just throwing away everything, because that's what we did in the previous years.
Such things like plastic bottles are being used to make jeans.
We recycle all the paper and water bottles and stuff like that in this big, huge dump. And how I started the program was when my friend Leslie needed help in the front office recycling, because they recycle a lot of paper. I was chosen to go and help her.
Not only that we could help our city and give back to it, it's just that we get to we get to help our school recycle. And like for the past years, this is the first year we've done this, and it's been very exciting because we can see all that has been recycled, and we could keep on doing it and give back to the community.
Just what are these students learning about recycling?
Instead of just like if you put like a piece of paper or a water bottle in the trash can, what you can do if you recycle it, you can turn it into something new, so then it's not left in the dumps.
Understand that recycling gives back to the community, and not only that, but we can make new things out of it and create more things that we don't have, or that we have limited supply of.
Why are our limited and depleting resources important enough for these students to take it upon themselves to learn the right way to recycle?
It's important because we only have one earth, and we need to make sure we're taking care of it because there's no second chance.
Sharing responsibility is a big part of the recycling program, but it's also become a big factor for art and music teachers in our district over the last few years. As Chadwick Pierce shows us, the challenge is tough when you have twice as many students and only half as much time.
And that's what real artists do. They plan out their work.
Art class in Marion County is going to continue this year, but it is going to be structured a little bit differently.
As a result of the budget, and we know that budget cuts are not just in art and music, it's really being felt countywide in many different areas. And because of that, I'm thankful that they have kept art and music, but we're going to be sharing. So at the 30 elementary schools, there are 15 art and music teachers, and we're sharing. So the first 9 weeks, your child may have music, and the second 9 weeks they may have art, and then we will flip again and it would go back to music and then finish out with art, or vice versa.
Staying positive with this new schedule seems to be key.
What I told my students at the very beginning of the year is that this is not a great situation, it's not a perfect situation. We've been given lemons, but you know, like they say, we're going to make lemonade, and I really have told the kids that that's how we're going to do it. And so when I've been really excited about it, I think they feed off of how I am about it. And so I've really felt like I'm thankful that the county decided a way in which to still maintain the arts and music in the classroom. And I know that for myself, that I'm trying to make the most of every second and make them still have a love of art and understand the importance of art in their lives.
Helping the students maintain a passion for the arts is like anything else. It takes some planning.
My goal has been to kind of, when I found out I was going to be sharing, this summer I kind of took the time and I laid out my year, and I looked at what things I could accomplish within 9 weeks for each one of my grade levels. And so my goal is that all projects would be finished by the first 9 weeks, so that essentially when I come back in January, I'm going to hit the ground running with a whole new set of projects for the kids.
Whether it is all year round or just every 9 weeks, keeping art in school is only going to benefit the students in one simple way.
It is important to their development, it's important to who they are as a person, and it's important that all of the things that we do nowadays is all through creativity. Any kind of innovation, computers, everything, you have to have a creative mind in which to make these things happen. So I think that's really important to think about, the idea that it's not just in this little art box. It's really that art encompasses all walks of life and all things that we do. And I always tell my students that when they say, well, I want to be an artist when I grow up. And I say, that's great, but you can also be a doctor and still be an artist. You can be a teacher and still be an artist. You can be a police officer and still be an artist, because it's not just this in the box thing. It is who you are as a person. You can still do many other things in life and still be a creative individual.
As we start the new year, one resolution we all should make is to never drink and drive. The Ocala Police Department uses a unique teaching tool, and they went to Westport High School recently to share it with students so the students could find out what it's like to operate a vehicle under the influence.
We're trying to show the kids what it's like to drive under the influence, whether it be of alcohol or drugs. Our unit had gotten the Fatal Vision goggles recently from a grant, and I thought it was a perfect opportunity to implement using those. I went ahead and demonstrated some field sobriety tests on the students with, wearing the goggles, and they really saw how just even though your vision is impaired, it also affects your thought and following instructions.
But how can blurry goggles affect so much beyond just your eyesight?
I'm heading now. Oh my gosh.
Because it affects your vision, you're focusing more on trying to see clearly. So that's what's going to affect your thought process. And when your vision is obstructed, that's going to affect your balance, your equilibrium. So even though it's just goggles affecting that you're wearing to affect your eyes, it affects everything. And the point I like to make to the kids is that it does only affect their eyes, but because of that, all these other features and senses are affected as well, and it's just goggles. Now, if they put drugs or alcohol into their body, it's going to actually physically affect that. So, in essence, it's going to make it a lot worse than what they're experiencing with the goggles.
Officer Gravel decided to take the lesson outside the classroom and go beyond a field sobriety test.
Made the suggestion of maybe we can have like a little obstacle course and have the kids driving it with, with wearing the goggles. And when we presented it to Mrs. Elsperman, She had liked the idea and thought that it would be, safer and better to use one of our driver's ed cars, which works out even better because it's a lot more realistic driving an actual car than a golf cart.
We want to make sure that all of our students are safe, and one way that we can do that is by educating them, and with the great relationship we have with the Ocala Police Department, this was a wonderful learning opportunity for our students.
When you start the course, you need to count out loud. 1, 2, 3. If your phone rings while you're driving, you have to answer it.
Okay.
And then talk to whoever's on the other end. Okay? All right, good luck.
Oh my God. 12, 13, 14.
You're off the course,
15. Where is the course? I don't.
The course we set up, I made it big enough for my police car, which is longer and bigger than the driver's ed cars, to make sure that I could get through it with a bigger car, to show them that if I can get through with a bigger car, they should have no problem with a smaller car.
Oh my God. I don't even know what's in front of me.
It was hard. It's like nothing like driving normally, and I drive a lot, so it's like really hard because, like I was telling them, like I seen like 5 different cones with those, and I had the hardest level, and I'm not sure what it is. I think it's a 0.25, so it's really hard. It was like 5 cones, and you got to choose which one to go through. I was like, oh gosh. I thought I was doing pretty good till they got out of the car, and they were like, oh my God, stop, stop. I was like, oh dang. I thought because when I was driving, I thought I had it. I was like, okay, I got it, but no. I felt the cones, and I was like, maybe it wasn't that bad. But you think you're doing okay, but you're really not.
They all had problems, whether they were driving slow, missing cones, but they were riding a brake, they were making wide turns. I mean, all these are things that we look for when we're looking for someone who's driving intoxicated.
The students weren't the only ones having trouble, convincing Gravel to take his own goggle turn through the course.
When you drive impaired, it really throws everything off. And even we go through driver's training, like I said, once a year. Even that, when your vision is impaired, it's just throwing everything off.
Just how distracting are the goggles? See for yourself.
When you're impaired, it's not a good choice to be driving, because you can totally tell from what I did that you're not all there. Even without the goggles, I'm sure if you're like distractions, you're not going to be able to know exactly what's going on. This is just a course. Imagine how it's going to be like out on the real road. There's other cars that you got to worry about. There's other things on the side of the road. There's people with you. There's a whole lot to be worried about, and it's not a good idea.
I'd like to say no traffic cones were harmed in the making of that video, but that simply would not be true, as you saw. What is true is that our superintendent has some important information he wants to share with you. Here's Mr. George Tommen in this month's Superintendent Spotlight.
Happy New Year to all the folks that are listening to this program in Marion County. I'm standing in Legacy Elementary School, and in the month of December, right before the holiday break, we had an opportunity to dedicate this fantastic, new, beautiful facility. Housing about 600 students, Legacy Elementary is located in southeast Marion County and helped us overcome overcrowding at Greenway Elementary School and Bellevue Santos Elementary School. But now it is January, and it's a new year, 2014, so again, greetings for the new year. We are very busy at the Marion County Public School System right now. It seems that we're always planning for the next thing to come around. At this moment in time, our district office, of course, is planning our budget process for this next year, and we know we're going to have increased challenges this year, but we're confident that with the great people that we have working at the district office and our fantastic school board, we'll be able to pull things off and deliver a balanced budget to them in the spring of this year. Also, our teachers and principals are working very hard, already preparing for next school year. Even though we haven't finished this school year, we're getting ready now for FCAT in the spring and all the other testing we do in the spring. But right now we're planning for next year. It's an ongoing process. We're selecting teaching materials, teaching strategies. Our teachers are being trained to do fantastic things for our children. So we're busy here in the Marion County Public School System. We're glad that you were a part of us. Again, we wish you a happy New Year. Hang in there, and we'll see you soon.
Thanks, Mr. Tommen, and thank you for watching Classroom Connection. Until next time, remember, be there for your child every day.